Welcome to Skytech-Lens, where horsepower meets headlines. While the world watched Canada back down from a digital tax standoff, a seismic shift in global energy quietly erupted in British Columbia. Canada just shipped its first-ever LNG export to Asia, bypassing the US and redrawing the global energy map. This $40 billion project isn't just a new facility, it's a bold declaration of economic independence. A new energy corridor now links Canadian resources directly to Asia's booming demand. What does this mean for trade, power, and pipelines? Buckle up. Today we dive into how Canada is breaking free from US energy reliance. For decades, Canadian energy flowed almost exclusively south to the US, a one-way street that left Ottawa vulnerable to Washington's market whims. When US shale gas boomed, Canadian producers felt the squeeze, prices dropped, demand softened, and Canada's leverage vanished. This wasn't a partnership of equals, it was dependency. The dream? Diversify and tap into Asia's surging appetite for cleaner energy. LNG Canada is the game changer. By liquefying gas in Kitimat and shipping it straight to Asia, Canada has built a direct route to Japan, South Korea, and China. For the first time, Canadian gas can fetch global LNG prices, often higher than North American rates. This means more value for producers and a revitalized industry. Geopolitically, Canada is no longer just a regional supplier. Each tanker from Kitimat is a tool of economic statecraft, forging new partnerships and boosting Ottawa's global influence. The old rules no longer apply. Canada is now a major independent player in the LNG game. The cord is cut, and North America's energy landscape will never be the same. The Kitimat shipment was a decade in the making, a $40 billion feat of engineering, finance, and negotiation. Global giants like Shell, Petronas, and Mitsubishi joined forces, bringing capital, expertise, and guaranteed Asian buyers. The terminal supercools gas to liquid, making it transportable across oceans. But first, the gas had to travel 670 kilometers via the Coastal GasLink pipeline, crossing mountains, rivers, and First Nations territories. What sets this project apart? Deep engagement with Indigenous communities. Years of consultation led to benefit-sharing agreements with all 20 First Nations along the route, equity stakes, job training, and real governance roles. For many, it's a shift from managing poverty to managing wealth. The economic impact is massive. Thousands of jobs, billions invested, and a new era of prosperity for Kitimat and the Haisla Nation. This is a new model, resource development and Indigenous reconciliation hand in hand. As Canada built its Pacific Gateway, Asia was desperate for cleaner, more secure energy. Coal's environmental toll and the risks of Russian gas pushed Asian nations to seek alternatives. Natural gas became the answer, but supply security was key. Canada's timing was perfect, offering reliable LNG from a stable democracy, free from geopolitical baggage. Kitimat's location gives it a shipping edge. Shorter routes to Tokyo and Shanghai mean lower costs and faster delivery. The plant's low emissions and strong First Nations partnerships make Canadian LNG a premium ethical product. Canada didn't just get lucky, it anticipated Asia's needs and invested early. Now, it's meeting a historic moment in global energy transition with the right product, at the right time. Kitimat's first shipment is just the start. Phase 2 aims to double output, making Canada a top-tier LNG supplier. 2 more processing units could boost exports to 28 million tons per year, enough to meet a third of Japan's demand. The business case is strong, but challenges remain: securing more gas, expanding the pipeline, and renewing First Nations agreements. Climate debates are fiercer, so environmental credentials must be front and center. Still, the economic benefits, jobs, revenue, and long-term industry viability are too big to ignore. Phase 2 would cement Canada's role as a global LNG powerhouse. LNG Canada is more than economics. It's about power and influence. Each shipment exports not just fuel, but stability and trust. Asian buyers value Canada's reliability and rule of law. Long-term contracts mean certainty, not just energy. This deepens Canada's Indo-Pacific ties and gives Ottawa a stronger voice in global affairs. The project's Indigenous partnership model is a form of soft power, showing the world a new, ethical way to develop resources. For First Nations, it's economic sovereignty and international leadership. Direct energy links with Asia give Canada more autonomy from the US and a rebalanced geopolitical stance. Kitimat's gas is now a strategic asset, supporting allies, building resilient supply chains, and promoting responsible development. Here's the verdict. Canada's LNG launch rewrites the global energy playbook. Ottawa steps out of Washington's shadow and into the global spotlight. This is a masterclass in strategy, partnership, and timing. But big questions remain. Can Canada maintain its independence? Should this indigenous partnership model be the blueprint for future deals? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoy the intersection of policy and power, hit subscribe and ring the bell for more. Thanks for watching. Thanks.